Hi, this is Anne from Just Random English. Are you confused with has had, have had, and had had? Let's learn them today. This lesson was requested by Mr. Joseph Baritogo, so if you're watching now, please let me know. For other viewers, if you have suggestions for the next topics, let's say you want to learn some English lessons and I haven't posted anything about them yet, please let me know. Leave them in the comments, I'll read them. Let's discuss first the use of have, has, and had. Alright, so I have here sentences. Had here, the second one. And yeah, there. They are all actually these. First things first, has is for singular, have is for plural, while had is for both singular and plural, but in past tense form, because has and have are both for present. So we use have, has, and had if you want to say that someone has something. It means ownership, possession, or that something is going on. Just like this first statement. I have here, he has a car. Again, he has a car. That means this person owns a car, right? It shows ownership, possession. And we use has here because our subject is he. It's singular, so that's has. Second example, we have they have dinner at 8. Again, they have dinner at 8. Now, this is another way of saying that they eat dinner at this specific hour. You can say, I have breakfast. That means I eat breakfast. So some people don't eat breakfast, but I hope you do eat your breakfast. Yeah, that's another usage of have. The next one, she has class in the morning. Again, she has class in the morning. That means something is going on, that she has a schedule in the morning. She has class. The last example, they have a problem in the event. Now, that's the usage of have, has, and had. Why don't I have had there? Because as I've said, had is for actually a replacement for has and have, but in past tense form. So you can simply change these has and have into had. You may say he had a car. That means he doesn't have a car right now. He had a car in the past. They had dinner at 8. If you're saying they had dinner at 8, that means it's past 8 already. She has class in the morning. So you can say she had class in the morning. Let's say it's afternoon already. You can say she had class in the morning. That's finished. That's a finished event or action. For the last one, you may say they had a problem in the event. The event is finished already, so you're saying they had a problem in the event. Now let's make things more complicated. Not really complicated, but let's state things more accurately, because that's one of the uses of learning grammar. I mean, more complicated grammar lessons, because as we learn more complex grammar lessons, the more that we can state things accurately, especially when it comes to events. So what do we have there? Almost the same verbs, especially on the third one. We have there had. Let's have has had and have had first. So what I did, I just wrote sentences there which are almost the same as the previous one. I've just changed or inserted just one word. For the first one, instead of having there, he has a car, I added had. He has had a car. Again, he has had a car. Second one, we have there, they have had dinner. They have had dinner. For the third one, we have there, she has had class. Again, she has had class. For the last one, we have they have had a problem in the event. Now, why do we insert words? Why say he has had a car and not just he has a car? Once we say he has had a car, we mean to say he doesn't have a car in the present anymore. We're saying he has had a car because we mean to say that there is in fact still in the present. maybe in the present we're seeing this person walking on the street, and then we say, oh, you know what, this guy has had a car. He has recently lost it. Again, he has recently lost it. That goes the same with the other sentences. So once we try to use has had and have had, we mean to say that those actions have an effect in the present. If you're going to look at them, these sentences are actually in present simple. You'll notice that, yeah. For the sentence here, we have them in present perfect tense. We use them to indicate that something has happened and that specific action or event has an effect in the present, even though it's in the recent past. For the second sentence, we have they have had dinner. Let's say you go into your friend's house and you have some food with you. Well, it's a practice that we bring some food with us whenever we go to someone else's house, right? So you go to that house and you notice that the family is not eating the food that you brought them. Your friend might tell you, oh, don't mind them. It's not that they don't like the food. It's because they've had dinner, or they have had dinner. They're not eating now because they're full. They've had dinner. So you see that there is an effect in the present, right? Again, that's the use of present perfect tense. She has had class. Well, probably you notice that this student looks very tired. So the mother of the student might tell you, oh, she has had class. For the last statement, you look at these people and they look so down. They look very down. Someone might tell you they have had a problem in the event. That's why they look down, or they seem demotivated because they have had a problem in the event. Another thing when it comes to these sentences, you might tell me, you know what? I've never heard people say in sentences containing has had and have had. Well, especially had, right? When it comes to spoken English, speakers do not actually pronounce has had. They tend to omit some letters there. For example, in the first sentence, instead of saying he has had a car, they might just say he's had a car. He's had a car. Now, I think this sounds more familiar to you than he has had a car, right? He's had a car. Let's try that. For the second statement, we can say they've had dinner. They've had dinner. For the third sentence, we can say she's had class. She's had class. And for the last statement, they've had a problem in the event. Again, they've had a problem in the event. Alright, are you ready for the last one, had? Let's try changing these sentences. Ta-da! So I've just changed those has and have into had. So instead of having he has had a car, I have there he had had a car. And again, in spoken English, we don't hear these. Speakers just say he'd had a car. He'd had a car. They'd had dinner. They'd had dinner. She'd had class. Again, she'd had class. They'd had problem in the event. They'd had problem in the event. The next question will be, when do we use this? When do we say he'd had a car and not he's had a car? Remember that we use he's had a car, the one in present perfect tense, if there is an effect in the present. Now, when it comes to he had had a car, that's actually past perfect tense, still in the perfect tense. We use this if we want to say that there's an effect in the past simple. So that means this is commonly used with another verb in the sentence, and that verb is in simple past. Let's have longer sentences here for you to see the differences. We use the present perfect tense to say that something happened first before the present, or if we want to say that this action has an effect in the present, we use the past perfect tense or the had if we want to say that this event happened first before the simple past. Let's take a look at the first sentence. He had had a car before he bought a house. Again, he had had a car, or in spoken English, that's he'd had a car before he bought a house. That means he had car first before he bought the house. Maybe this person sold the car and he used the money to add to the money that he used to buy the house, right? So we can say he'd had a car before he bought a house. For the next sentence we have there, they'd had dinner before they went to bed. We usually see this one, the past perfect tense, with another verb in the sentence which is in simple past. We use the past perfect or the had if we want to say that someone had something first before having another one, or before an event also in the past. We have here had. That's in past perfect tense, and we have another verb in the sentence, bought, which is in past simple. That's the same with the second sentence. So we have their had, and then we have their went, which is also in past simple. This happened first before the other one. And that's the end of the lesson for today. You'll be able to say things more accurately next time by using perfect tenses, the present perfect tense, and past perfect tense, or the has had, have had, and had. Before you leave this video and click on another one, you might want to try answering the short quiz that I have prepared there using Google Docs. Just access the link and answer the short quiz. Check as well if you've learned the lesson or if this lesson has been helpful for you. Just make sure you have a Google account and you'll be able to access the link and answer the quiz, participate. Tell me your score after taking the short quiz. Leave that in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe button. Show some engagements in the channel by hitting the like button there so the algorithm of YouTube knows that you are enjoying this video and this video is helpful for you. Share this with other learners. I really appreciate that. Thank you always for supporting. Stay safe, stay healthy, dream and make your dream happen. I'll see you on my next video. Bye!